What's going on, Guardians? My name is Vito, and welcome to another episode of Will It PvP, a Destiny Taken King series that will bring to light the very best of the best weapons in today's Crucible. The weapon under the knife in today's episode of Will It PvP is an old favorite of many vanilla Destiny players, and is a forgotten gem amongst the newer crowd. The weapon I am talking about, of course, is the Stranger's Rifle. Up against the Stranger's Rifle today are some of today's kings of the Crucible, and they include the Red Death, the Hawksaw, and the Soros PDX-45. So what exactly is the Stranger's Rifle? Well, the Stranger's Rifle was once a rare pulse rifle in Year 1 Destiny, but has now received a legendary upgrade for the Taken King. The Stranger's Rifle could only be obtained by receiving it from the Exo Stranger after completing the Black Garden mission on Mars for the first time. The Stranger's Rifle is classified as a medium to long-range pulse rifle, boasting a 3-shot kill to the upper body with a potential 2-shot headshot kill. Shots. But does the Stranger's Rifle still stand up to its successors? Well, let's talk about that. The Stranger's Rifle definitely wins in the range category with a base stat of 51 compared to the 35 for the Red Death, 32 for the Hawksaw, and 29 for the PDX-45. The Stranger's Rifle also has the greatest base stat for impact at a whopping 14 compared to 9 for the Red Death, and 7 for both the Hawksaw and the PDX-45. Along with a unique and killer set of perks like Full Auto, Accurized Ballistics, Fitted Stock, and Rewind, the Stranger's Rifle can definitely be a top contender in the Crucible. So let's get right into the pros for the Stranger's Rifle. The first pro to this weapon is that it's debatably the easiest legendary to obtain in the game. All you have to do is play the Destiny storyline, and it makes it super convenient for the Destiny novice. It's a great starting pulse rifle for anyone who hasn't had a chance to stack up any legendary marks to buy a Hawksaw from the Crucible Quartermaster, or if you didn't get to buy a Red Death on a Xur week, or if you weren't able to get a PDX-45 on Arms Day from the Gunsmith. Other reasons to rock this weapon in the Crucible is because of the unique stat tree. There just aren't many other pulse rifles out there with the same stats. With Full Auto, there won't be any mashing of the right trigger, you'll be able to outrange almost anything with the exception of scout rifles, and your kill times will be much faster compared to any other weapon in the archetype, or really any other weapon in the game at all at the moment. Now to the bad news. You can't take the Stranger's Rifle anywhere near Crucible events like Iron Banner or Trials of Osiris, because it only has a base stat of 170. It just doesn't compare with the other contenders in this video since they all have a base attack stat of 300 plus. Although this might be a great starter weapon in the Crucible, I can definitely see why the Stranger's Rifle falls onto the leeward side. With the lowest stability out of the group, and the greatest recoil, and a pitiful reload speed, I'm just saying, you better get used to that wall you're up against because you're going to be there for a solid couple seconds whenever you have to reload with this weapon. Long story short, the Stranger's Rifle is one of those weapons you can keep for nostalgia purposes because, who knows? 10 more years down the road, you might be one of the lucky ones to say that you remember when the Year 1 Stranger's Rifle was still a blue pulse rifle. The Stranger's Rifle is great for those who don't have any of the popular pulse rifles yet, or maybe you just want to switch it up even more and try a Year 1 weapon to see if it's still viable. But with absolutely no versatility in events like Trials of Osiris or Iron Banner, it really leaves that hardcore Crucible competitive crowd kind of in the dust. So sadly, the Stranger's Rifle will only see its heyday in plain old Crucible. My personal opinion would be to give the weapon a shot. It definitely has its shortcomings, but so does every weapon. But when played correctly, this old pulse rifle can do rather decent in today's meta. It also frees up that exotic weapon slot for something like a Truth rocket launcher, and boy do we know that we can't handle the Truth. With all bad jokes aside, it is that time, Destinites. It's that part of the video where I will ask you to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about how you feel about the Stranger's Rifle in the Crucible, and if you'd like to leave a suggestion for which weapon you would like to see on the table next time, feel free to tell me in the comment section down below, or you can tell me on Twitter over at mvito22. The link will be in the description down below. With that being said, if you'd be so kind to leave a like on the video, and if you enjoyed it and you're new to my channel, why not subscribe for weekly Destiny and Black Ops 3 content. And as always, I will see you in the next video.
And now it's just like, man, you got to have that time where you just like disconnect from from the scene, just the race. Like, and it's a race that I've created in my head, you know? But you have to step away from it